Hello there, my name is Trev Rowsley, body, mind, energy, spiritual teacher and healer, guiding beings through the dark night of the soul into understanding the higher self of intelligence, guiding you to evolve into your true self being, which is healed and loving to self. Today I'm going to be speaking about the argument that you are having between your human self and your higher self. But firstly, I would love to thank all the beings that have come through to me on Skype to listen to my teachings about beamism that had guided me through such an incredible journey of pain. It's great to know I wasn't the only being that was transforming into another me. There are so many of us out there now that they are here to deliver their message, to help and guide other beings to evolve through their hardships of this cosmic awakening. After listening to so many people on Skype, I started to understand that the hardest part of the transformation was to let the old self go, allowing your higher self, your true beamy self, to come through, giving you peace of mind with a sense of healing and freedom from the programming of being human. Now, when I say transformation, I really do mean transformation, almost to the point that you will be changing from a man into a woman, or a woman changing into a man. I can't stress enough how big this transformation is. It's that big of a difference. Now, the reason why I say this is because inside all beings is the masculine and the feminine aspects of who you are. Ask yourself, are you totally feminine, or have you become masculine in your ways? What you need to discover is the balance between your feminine and your masculine aspects, because it is here in this space you will discover the argument that's been going on throughout your life. This will determine the difference between your human self of experience and your higher self of intelligence. Your higher self is not looking for change. Change will get you nowhere. Your higher self, your soulful spirit, wants total transformation. This transformation isn't easy, so don't kid yourself you will find your light tomorrow. It's a process, and day by day you work towards listening to your higher self and the messages that you will be receiving through your dreams, signs and symbols that will be downloaded and uploaded from your DNA. For me, DNA stands for Dark Light Awakening and Divine Naturalness Awakening. It's between these two aspects of self that you will find is the battle between you and you. Also, what you will find is your old human self will be in the middle, completely confused on what is happening to you. You know, have you ever gotten to that point where it was like in your mind, on the right hand side, there was this something sort of saying to you, oh, you got to do this. Then on the left hand side of you, there was something there sort of saying, oh, you don't want to do that. And then you find yourself in the middle. This is what happened to me. I found myself in the middle between these two minds that were arguing. And it was like I was the observer to what was kind of going on. And in the end, I didn't know what was right. I didn't know what was wrong. I didn't know what was my thoughts. I just didn't know what was happening. So this is my job as a teacher, is to help you distinguish the truth and illusions between the two. I teach beings to understand that there is another way of looking at what has happened to you up to date. You will be surprised that what you thought was happening was in actual fact not the truth. You may think that your whole life has been one big drama of pain and emotions, but I will guide you to be able to see the messages and the process that's been leading you to discover the real you. Another big problem with humans is they feel that they have been in control all of their life. And then they feel that they have lost control, hence the dark night of the soul. But in actual fact, you have never been in control. You only thought you were. For instance, your emotions have been in control, the programming has been in control, your mind has also been in control. But most importantly, It's been your reactions to life that's been totally running the show from the beginning, when you were born. I hear so many people say, I just want to be in control of life. But in fact, this is going to be the time when your soul spirit is totally in control. And what you will also discover is your soul has always been in control. Look over your life and look at your plans and dreams, your visions on how you thought your life would plan out. Ask yourself, did everything that you thought through life would happen in the way you planned, or was something else making the plans for you? Let's put it this way. Did you know what relationship you were going to meet? Did you know you were going to have a car accident? Did you actually know how many children you would have? Did you know your marriage was going to fail? Did you know that there was going to be a sudden death in the family? I want you to really think about your life, because all the clues are there. It's just that you have been too reactive to see the divine plan of the soul that's been taking place. What I want you to do is this. Imagine there is another you that has just walked into the room. You're going to meet the person that you have been arguing with. What do you want to say to this other you that's stopping you from growing? Now, the reason why I use this visualization is to get the argument out of your mind. Have a real good chat with this being, because what you are needing is a truce. See what you discover in making amends with your emotional self. The other way is to get a pen and paper and get the argument out on paper. I found this to be brilliant. It's how I discovered beamism and the gift of healing. This is going to be the only way you will ever find peace of mind. Because the interesting fact, if you ask people what they want, staggeringly, 90% of people said, I just want peace of mind. I also discovered that all beings are suffering in the solar plexus, just under the heart. This is where your argument has been stored all its life. And it wouldn't take long for you to jump the gun if this button is pressed. You know what button I mean. You need to go into the source of the pain and ask, where has this pain come from? Who give it to me? Because it's stopping me from being me, being you. Here is also a great way to understand what is healing. I tell people that your life has been a series of dramas and emotions that have left you feeling drained and completely lost. When you look at life, it's all seemingly a mess. It's confusing and it's painful. This is what I tell my clients. All you need to do is heal one thing, and it's called pain. Let's say you went to the hospital in dreadful pain. What's the first thing they will do? They will control the pain, because all you will be interested in is the pain. You won't be interested in where the pain is coming from and why. You just want to not feel in pain. So go into yourself or talk with the other you and say, I'm healing this pain because it's been ruling my life. Once you understand that all you're doing is healing pain, you will be amazed that once you acknowledge the pain will start to ease off because it's been recognized. Once you understand that you can become a body-mind-energy healer, which is the Be Me healer, you will realize that all pain was stuck energy that needed communicating with. This is why I call my teachings intelligent communication, body-mind-energy, because what you are doing for the very first time in your life is actually having and believing that you are in fact an intelligent Be Me, rather than being a human being that had no clue or idea of who you were. Basically, what I'm saying is this. Being a human will kill you in the end, whereas a Be Me being can only awaken and heal you into a being that loved life and, most importantly, loved who you are in the process we call life. If you would love to have a one-to-one personal chat with me, please go to Trevor Isley Teaching Beamism on Facebook. Drop me a mail and I will send you the details Details are at the end of this video. Now, as I said, looking at this argument that you've been having within yourself, who are you? What are you? What works for you? What doesn't work for you? Again, these are one of the things that I kind of went through, and I just couldn't stand it. I didn't know what world I was living in. When the spirit side of you starts to take over, maybe you've been seeing a lot of spirit. Maybe you've been seeing a lot of visions. Maybe something has been happening in your dreams. And of course, you are going to think you are completely mental. Trust me, I did. I knew there was probably no one out there. I used to imagine going to the doctors and telling my story. He's not going to get it. Nobody's going to get it. And also, there's another important thing. Don't bother telling your family. Don't bother trying to explain to your friends in what is going on. There's only one being that you need to talk to, communicate with on a very intelligent level, and that's your own soul, your own spirit. Now, we are in a world of knowledge and information. Take heed. Listen to the warning of what it is that you're checking into. What is it that you're actually believing in? This is one of the things I want you to believe in. Self. Only self. Don't believe in what's going on third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh dimensions. Don't get yourself too involved in alien connection unless you've seen an alien. But the beamism is all about self. What do you believe? Have you ever asked yourself, what do you believe life is about? Because it is only in that space where you will discover answers. Now, how do we listen to answers that have been given from our higher self? You feel it in the body. Now, you've been so used to feeling pain within your body that you have never known what it is to feel good, to feel healthy, to understand what is well-being. Understanding your emotions is one of the most important keys to connecting to your higher self, because it's not until you've understood your emotions that you clear yourself from the emotions allows the higher self to come through. Now, I know it is very difficult when you're transforming as a being. As I said earlier on, it's like changing from a man to a woman. It's like changing from a white being into a black being. There is something in there that is completely different. But here's how I say it to you in a transformation. You will go from a mature being, or an adult, let's say, and the next minute in your transformation, you will feel like you are like a little child. You don't know what life is about. You can't even be bothered to feed yourself, let alone dress yourself. You can't go out into the world scares you. Transformation is very scary. That's why there's teachers on this planet that have gone through the transformation before you have. That happened to me. And at that time, I didn't know what it was for, who it was for, but I'm glad to say, the beings that have come through to me on Skype that we've had a chat with, it is so nice to be able to speak to somebody that knows the journey. Transformation is difficult. It's the caterpillar into the butterfly. The butterfly has to look at its life in a completely different way. It doesn't do what it used to do. So when we talk about the dark night of the soul, the higher self, depression, there's your dip. But who are you going to emerge into? This is why I bring to the planet, be me is Listen to the word again. Be me is The is your interpretation. I allow you to discover the truth of that. In the beginning of my journey, I was a hairdresser, makeup artist, and photographer. Went into the depression, went into the dark night, completely lost myself, but had an intelligent communication with my body, my mind, and my emotions. Once I understood the emotions, I then discovered energy. Now, I look at my complete life in a form of energy. So who am I? What am I? I'm a beamy energy. Everything exists in energy. You can have high energy. You can have low energy. But here's the key. Find the balance between your high and your low. Don't worry about anyone else anymore. I want you to take care of yourself. I want you to become your best friend. I want you to fall in love with you. This is what I teach. This is the awakening and the healing of the true beamy being who loves life, who loves himself or herself, and discovers that through that there is an intelligence, there is a spirit, and there's a higher self calling that has so much meaning and purpose than you can ever imagine. Get rid of the word human. Become a beamy being. My name is Trevor Owsley. Take care. Love self. Love life. Find, feel, and be your true self. This is your life. It's not a rehearsal. Get it right. Speak to you real soon. See you on the other side. Hi guys, my name is Trevor Owsley, teaching that there is another way through the dark night of the soul. I'm here today to introduce to you a Skype meeting, a consultation with me for 1 hour live, so that you can speak to me about your problem and your situation. Now, if you do fancy a Skype meeting with me, then go onto my Facebook page, which is Trevor Owsley, Teaching Beamism. Drop me a message and I will get back to you with the details of how you can speak with me and explain what is going on within your journey. Because one of the things that I've discovered is there's nothing greater than finding someone that knows where you're at. This is one of the things that I always wanted to find, was somebody that knew me, somebody that could explain what on earth am I going through. So I'm opening the doors for you, to give you the chance to be able to come through and share with me your journey, so that I can share with you the information that saved my life. And I want to give this to you, because once you get this information and you work with this information, then who knows, maybe you will meet somebody else that is going through the dark night of the soul, or is going through depression and anxiety, or feels completely lost in life. I want to share with you this information so that you can then pass it on to somebody that may need it. Drop me a line on Facebook, Trevor Owsley, Teaching Beamism. Send me a mail and I will give you all the instructions and the directions, and we can make a date and have a chat for 1 hour. Speak to you then.